So since the prices of fuel started going up and up and up and up, you understand, it's become so very very difficult for a lot of people to be able to afford fuel. You understand? So the federal government have actually, been calling on people to start using CNG vehicles. That's what do they call it? Compressed natural gas, CNG, which that will enable the car to be running on gas instead of the normal fuel. The same thing that actually happened when I think it happened last year. People started using cooking gas to run their generators, but in this case, it's actually different. This is a more compressed natural gas. You understand? So since all these things started, and there have been fears by some people, Nigerians now. Anytime we hear anything gas, 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 there is this fear that comes into people that gas, any small thing you go blow, any small thing you go blow. You understand? So a lot of people have been aback. So many people did not really buy into the idea of converting their cars or buying CNG powered vehicles. So I just said, okay, let me now just give some advantages and disadvantages of this CNG, because I think it has its advantages for the state government and the federal government to be encouraging people to convert to CNG vehicles. You understand? Because it looks like and the fall of price is not going to come down anytime soon. So the same will do it in may will convert to CNG vehicles. So I'll just want to give a few advantages and disadvantages of these CNG vehicles, and then when you watch it, you can now decide on your own if you think it's perfect for you, because what might be perfect for Mr. A might actually not be perfect for Mr. B. So let me just list a very few. There might be more, but these are just the ones I have with me currently. You can add yours in the comment section. So I'll start with the advantages. You get. I'll start with the advantages. So I think for the first one, it's cost saving. Cost saving. So CNG is generally cheaper than petrol or diesel, which can significantly reduce fuel costs, especially in a country where fuel prices are volatile. Mind you, these advantages and disadvantages of CNG and vehicles I'm talking about is Nigeria, not in Europe, not in America, not in the Western world. I'm talking about Nigeria, not even Africa as a whole. I'm specific about Nigeria, so you just have to understand. So the cost savings, yeah, on the long run it will definitely save you more money on the long run, because since it's gas, it does not burn like fuel. You get. Then environmental benefits. CNG produces fewer emissions compared to petrol and diesel, contributing to cleaner air, which is important for tackling air pollution in cities, most especially like Lagos, Port Harcourt, you know. So all these cities where we have industries, where we have manufacturing industries, you get. So I think it's environmental friendly, because if it's petrol, you find out that there's always smoke coming out from your exhaust. But in this case, I don't think there won't be any smoke. There won't be any smoke, and that's different between when you are cooking with your gas. When you're cooking with your gas, you find out that uh, uh, your pot is usually very neat. It doesn't burn. You hardly see black and smokes on it. You get. So it's environmental friendly. This same thing applies to car. Energy. Then another independence. Nigeria is rich in natural gas. Nigeria is rich in natural gas reserves, making CNG a locally available resource. This can help reduce dependence on imported petroleum products. Yes, this is also true, because just like crude oil, Nigeria also has gas. You get. And since they removed subsidy on crude oil, I think now they are subsidizing gas. You understand? So I think it's just a matter of taking advantage of it, since the gas is actually cheaper right now. So we just have to take advantage of it and reduce the cost of living for ourselves. Time savings. Now, why the initial cost of converting to CNG can be high, long time savings on fuel cost and lower maintenance requirements can offset the upfront expense. Yes, yes. Just like I said earlier on, long time savings. It will just take a, let's say for example, if you are the type that normally fill your tank, let's say you fill your tank with 60,000 naira and your tank is full, and then you are always busy, you're always on the road, you find out that that full tank might not even last you up to a week. Yes, you find out that it won't last you up to a week, and after a week, you're buying another 60,000 naira. After a week, so you notice that in a month, you end up spending roughly 240,000 naira on fuel. But for this CNG, you find out that for 1 week, instead of 60,000 naira on petrol, you might end up spending, let's say, 30,000 naira on that gas in 1 week. That is saving a significant amount of money for you. So these are things we should actually take now. Government incentives. The Nigerian government has been encouraging the adoption of CNG as part of its efforts to diversify energy sources, which might lead to more subsidies or tax benefits in the future. Yeah, just like I said, for the government themselves to be encouraging people, because they know that they are really messing up. Like, to be honest, they are messing up. They know that they don't have to be told, because when you say something now, they will say you've said you are undermining the government, but they know that things are really difficult for people. You understand? So for them to to encourage people to use the CNG, it means basically they've done their homework and they feel it's actually safe. So if you are going to do it, I think they are what the government is totally in support of. You see that you have the backing that you need, so you don't have to be scared. So I think I mentioned 5 advantages now. So now let's look at the disadvantages of the CNG vehicles in Nigeria. Remember, I'm adamant. I'm saying it specifically in Nigeria, because Nigeria is different from other countries. In Nigeria, now the number one disadvantage is limited infrastructure. CNG refueling stations are relatively few and far between, particularly outside major cities. This makes long distance travel challenging for CNG vehicles in Nigeria. Yes, I think this is a big challenge, because apart from major cities where let's say where you can actually refuel all these vehicles, it's not that in abundance in rural areas. Because if you are someone that your car is CNG powered and you want to travel from, let's say, Abuja to, uh, let's say from Abuja to, let's say, another state, from Abuja to, let's say, Edo State, you get, from Abuja to Edo State is quite far. The full tank you have with you from Abuja, it might take you a long way, but it won't get you to Edo State. Now you need to refuel it along the way. So you see, the chances of you seeing a refueling station where you can actually refuel this gas is very, very limited. You might end up not seeing. So it becomes a very, very big problem for people who travel with their cars. So it's going to be a very, very challenging for people. So another one is high conversion costs. Converting a petrol or diesel car to CNG can be expensive, which may deter many vehicle owners. The cost of certified kits and installation can be a barrier to adoption. Yes, this is also another big problem, because the cost of converting it, let's say you're already using a car that runs on fuel and diesel, and now you want to convert it to CNG. The initial cost of converting it is very, very high. There are people that can afford to be spending 1,000 naira every day, which is 30,000 naira in a month. It's for them, it's easier because of the nature of the work they do. But when you tell them to bring 30,000 naira bulk every month to pay for something, it becomes very difficult for them. So they prefer as in 1,000 naira, because that is usually how their money comes. So you see, that initial conversion is very, very expensive. I had it's around 750,000 naira to 1 million naira. Not a lot of people can afford that. Very few people can afford that. So it's a big problem. Now, another one is reduced performance. CNG typically offers slightly lower performance than petrol, which might result in reduced power and acceleration, especially in high demand scenarios like driving uphill. Yes, yes. I think this is also another barrier, because I think when you convert to CNG, it becomes problematic in terms of movement. You cannot compare the acceleration of fuel and this, so how fast this car run, to what do they call it, to this CNG. It's very very, the difference is very very clear. It's just like it's just like your generator in the house. You notice that your generator, you hardly put on iron. You hardly use iron when your generator is on, but you can actually use iron when it's normal NEPA. So you can see the difference. You can see the difference. So it won't be able to move as fast as, you know, it won't be able to move as fast as it should be, especially maybe when you are going uphill, like somewhere that is very high. It becomes very very difficult, most especially for big cars, or cars when you are carrying lots of heavy things in your car and you want to move. It becomes very very difficult. So that is another barrier. Now another one is limited vehicle models. There are fewer factory built CNG vehicles available in Nigeria. Most vehicles running on CNG are retrofitted, which can sometimes compromise safety and performance if not done properly. So you see now, Nigeria is not known for actually producing or importing CNG vehicles, like already made ones. So a large chunk of the vehicles that you see now are cars that were converted to CNG, and you cannot compare something you converted to something that came in a particular way. You understand? So when you convert something, there is chances that uh, it won't be 100% accurate. You understand? It won't be 100% accurate, and this can actually lead to faults. It can be problematic. Believe me, it can be very very problematic. So when you convert something, you notice that uh e no fit be, e no be say e no be. So there's always going to be one problem or the other. So that is also another concern. So I think the fifth one is safety concerns. Although CNG tanks are generally safe, improper installation or lack of maintenance could lead to leaks or other safety issues. Regular checks are crucial to avoid hazards. Yeah, I think this one is normal. I mean, whatever you do, you have to be safety checks. Even if it's your normal petrol cars, you have to always maintain it. You have to always check it. So this one is normal. Then I think the sixth one is resale value. In Nigeria, the resale value of a vehicle converted to CNG might be lower than traditional petrol or diesel vehicles, as many buyers may prefer conventional fuels due to scarcity of refueling stations. Yes, normal car, as things take cost now, if you just decide to put your car for sale and you hide the price, especially if you maintained it very very well, you see people buying it, you see people come forward to buy it. But CNG now, if your car is actually CNG now, I think even if you get the buyers, the prices will be very very low because there are not too much demands for it right now currently. And the car that you buy, and you hardly see a place to refuel it, like to refill the gas. Omo, e go dey very stressful. So even you that you are selling it, it will be difficult for you to sell it. And even if you are able to sell it, it will be very difficult for you to actually sell it at a pretty good rate. Sure, you understand? So I think these six disadvantages, I believe they are more on the disadvantages, and I also believe they are more on the advantages side. You just have to make more findings, you get. Or if you think there is something I did not add, you can also add it in the comment section, you get. So what's the conclusion? You just have to look at it from both sides. If you are someone that you just like driving around, you don't go too far, maybe you can consider it. But if you are a traveler, someone that travels a lot, you go far places, then I think it will be very difficult for you to convert to CNG. You just have to keep maintaining your car. Or, and if you are someone that can actually afford two cars, maybe I would advise one for petrol and the other one CNG. So it will now depend on where you want to go to, you get. So I think that is just it. You have to look at it in both ways. There are people it will favor and there are people it will not favor. So what are your thoughts on this particular video? Let's have it. And do you think it's normal, do you think it's okay to be converting it, or you rather go and buy a ready-made CNG vehicle. What's your thoughts? Let's hear it in the comment section. Please, if you really enjoyed this video, try to give it a like, and if you're yet to subscribe, please make sure to subscribe to this channel. See you in my next video, guys. Love and peace.